Welcome to the Armchair Sports, guys. I am GJ Mitchell for Voltron back here. All five of us: Matt O'Brien, Michael Chance, Rich Mays, and Sean Farhadian. Welcome back to the episode today. We are going to cover the golf match, the match number 2 or numero dos. And what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, and all that good stuff. And we're going to cover that. There's a lot of thoughts on both sides, pluses, minuses, advantages, how it portrayed against the one last week. But before we get too far, I just want to take this moment to say special thanks to all the men and women who gave their lives for us, and to be able to have the freedom to have you listen to this great podcast. So on behalf of all of us here on Memorial Day weekend, we just want to say thank you. And we appreciate your service. So thank you. Now, who would like to start? Because I have some thoughts on this, but I want to give somebody a chance to open this up. If you weren't following, I'll just quickly tell you, it was the match with Tiger and Phil, but they brought 2 friends, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Ooh. Tiger was matched up with Peyton Manning. Phil was matched up with Brady. And they played for charity for the COVID-19 relief. They started out with 10 million raised, and they final with a raise of 20 million, which again, I don't care if the golf was, I don't care if they were playing effing tiddlywinks. To raise 20 million for something like that is phenomenal, right?
Food banks got money. They got a lot of good stuff happened at the end of the day. A lot of good stuff.
So I'm gonna open up the floor. Who would like to start off with what they thought overall? To start with, just your overall initial thought on the match. Who wants to go? Matt?
On a 10 scale, I think I told you guys on a 10 scale, I thought it was overall very good. I gave it a 7.6. $20 million is a lot. But after I let you guys go, I'll give my good thoughts and my bad thoughts, the things that I kind of wanted to see a little more of.
All right, Mike.
And how is Russell Wilson going to get all those fucking meals, by the way?
Yeah, right?
Man, open a buffet.
Yeah.
Open a buffet.
Oh, now 300,000 meals. Wow, he puts it on mute. Fuck!
So hungry.
Ciara's like, damn it, I got to tour again just to save your ass?
Yeah, see if you find out the Lunchables.
Your ass better win a Super Bowl, bro. Your ass better win a Super Bowl.
I didn't get an Oreo in mine.
Yeah. So, Mike, again, on as we backtrack to this, how did you like it? Did you watch it?
I did. You know, I don't usually watch golf that much. I'd like to get into it more. I did want to check it out, I think, for the whole hype, between 2 weekends ago when there wasn't a whole lot that was really happening with the other golf event. This was everything that we talked about before, having the guys talk shit, having the guys come out and just kind of grab ass a bit. Even though it was serious for a serious donation, serious funding. I thought it was just fun. Golf. It was actually decent to watch. They had little odds, and I like the whole thing. I mean, you can tell if you guys want to touch on this more, but I did research. At one point, it peaked to like 6.5 million viewers.
Yeah, this is the most watched golf event
ever
in the U.S.
I mean, this is something that's.
Yeah, but you also have to say this is bigger than Tiger winning in any of the majors that he did, and the comeback from last year at Augusta.
They were saying the only thing that was random. I mean, not random. The only thing that would have topped this is the Olympics. That always gets worldwide attention, but this thing had like a fifth of the nation was watching this on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Rick,
it's telling you that we want something back. It's telling you that it was enjoyable. People didn't want to turn it off. I personally, not being a huge golfer, I loved it. I'd watch it again in a heartbeat. I would give it about an 8. If anyone's scales 1 to 10.
Yeah, 1 to 10. Did you watch it, and how did you like it?
Me?
Rich. Yeah.
Oh, Rich. Yes. All right, well, I didn't actually see the whole thing. I caught some of it on the radio in bits and pieces. I got home in time to see Russell Wilson, which blew my mind because literally seconds after he said what he said, I think Brady knocked it to within like 10 feet. Mickelson knocked it to within 5, and Peyton Manning like nearly dropped it in the fucking cup. And
the worst guy off that tee shot was Tiger Woods.
Yeah. I thought it was a cool idea. Like $20 million is pretty damn impressive. 6.5 million views is pretty damn impressive. I thought the Bandit was fine. The repartee. I'm not super happy that Forrest Gump won the match, but
Mama always said if I played golf, I'd be good.
So on a scale of 1 to
$20
10,
million.
what'd you give it?
Good Magic
Good.
shoes.
One less thing.
I mean,
What would you
Happy
give it?
Gilmore accomplished the same feat no more than a half an hour ago.
Oh, you can count.
Oh, you can count
So,
on me.
but, you know, overall,
You, parking lot.
that's one of my favorite parts.
Um,
So it was kind
Rich,
of cool. You know what I mean? Like, it reminded me. I'm older than you guys. I'm assuming I'm going to be 45 this year. Am I older than everybody? Yeah. I
Not by
remember
much.
in the early 80s,
slightly.
in the early 80s, they used to have like the battle of the network stars and shit. So, I mean, it's not golf, but they would have like all these celebrities and athletes competing in like silly games like marathons and freaking relays and football throwing contests.
Canoes and
So,
shit. Yeah.
The whole, in like, I'll watch a
Fuck.
golf form. I don't give a shit about golf, but I'll watch the Pro-Am. I'll watch the
good.
Masters. But, you know, that's fun. So, you know, it was cool.
All right, scale of 1 to 10. What is it, Rich?
I'd give it an 8.
Okay.
Which
Sean, how
maybe
about
I'm rating it a little higher because I'm not really a golf fan. I think it was cool, but it was entertaining.
All right. Sean?
Man, I loved it. We had a
Okay.
day. I drove up to New Hampshire.
Sean had to watch it again this morning.
No, I do remember the whole thing. We got my buddy's 50-inch. We put it on a cooler outside. We all sat around in our zero gravity chairs.
Nice.
And you know, man, we watched it. I thought it was great. I mean, the only thing that I wish could have been different is it wasn't pouring buckets. Obviously,
You're
getting
right.
delayed. I think it would have been a better day, obviously, if it was a nice sunny day to play golf. But I mean, other than that, we had. I don't think you could have asked for more out of those 4 guys. I mean, yeah, Tiger was quiet, but I mean, Peyton in the beginning was carrying the broadcast a little bit with his interview and his jokes and stuff like that. I mean, I thought Justin Thomas was good on the greens talking to the guys. I mean, Charles Barkley, that was genius putting him there because all he did was
Barkley
run
was
his
awesome.
mouth.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think though overall, I mean, with what they had to work with, especially, I mean, the social distancing and the weather, I think, I mean, I'd give it a 10, man. I thought it was great. We had fun watching it, and I mean, it made me feel better about myself watching Brady play those first 8 holes because, I mean, Jesus, he looked terrible. I mean, it was in a time where we're starving for content, and that was the only thing on. I mean, home run by them. I mean,
And I'm kind of glad too that not saying it would make a difference. It would make a huge difference, but that the fans weren't there because I don't know if they would actually
made it better.
If they would actually say. I mean, they cut out a lot.
Yeah,
so I don't even know if
they dumped a lot of band. I almost wish that they could put, or if you could, I'm sure you probably can. I haven't really looked, but try to find like an uncensored recap of
what
that.
there was. Yeah,
because there was a couple of times where I don't know. I'd say probably 30 seconds got cut out. And it was, I mean, a lot of it was after Brady's first couple shots in the first 8 holes. But it's like, oh man, I wonder what they're saying to each other.
So I wonder if the fans were there, if they would actually be that. I don't want to say vulgar. Yeah. Actually, get to that point of really talking shit to each other, or they kind of dumb it down a little bit. And so I like the whole thing. I'm with you. I like the whole thing. That was awesome.
So what would you give it for a score?
Oh, I want to punch him in the face.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, combined with the way that I watched it and the way that the day we had, I'd give it a 10, man. I thought it was great. Plus, I mean, it's the first live sport compared to the one the weekend before. I mean, I didn't even watch that one because I wasn't really interested in seeing 4 boring guys play golf together. This had a lot more draw to it, especially with the way that with having Tom and Peyton in there because they're not professional golfers. I don't want to watch 4 guys that just drive the green or have watching Peyton work his way out of the woods or Tom out of the sand trap 50 times. You know what I mean? It's like, I'd rather see that than 4 guys that go up and down for par 18 holes all day. And just the high profile of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning was a draw anyway. But I mean, the way they interacted and the way that they worked together, I thought it was well done all around.
Agree.
Yeah, no, I agree. And quickly, I'll throw sort of my 2 cents in there as you know, as I want to get this kind of going too, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a lot better than the one we had with the young kids, and I was really kind of surprised about that. I thought the young kids played a more conservative, where you have more of the, like Brady seems to be that more reserved. Like, hey, I can't say anything because they're going to use, you know, somebody's going to say something like that differently to me, or like it's going to come across different, right? So that would be my thought, right? That Brady is kind of thinking about it. He didn't have any of that. All the young kids, you know, the Ricky Fowlers, the Rory McIlroy, those guys were like church mice, right? There was no banter. They looked like they were out playing golf, like legit. Not like if the five of us went out golfing. Like, five of us go out golfing, right? We somehow end up with 6 carts, and we have 6 carts, no beers, and somebody lost a bag of clubs in the swamp.
In the parking lot.
But you know what I mean? But that's it. And we're laughing and having fun the whole time. You know what I mean? And to me, that's what it should be, right? And in my opinion, I love this picture too. I thought this was great, and I thought the guys played really well together as a group. And John, hold on, go ahead. The one fire thought as I had is, for me, I wanted more of the banter, and I wanted the mics to be hot the whole time.
Yeah, right.
And I know it was an executive decision by TNT, Turner Broadcasting, you know, network or whatever, that they said no, nothing. You had to delay stuff. I get that, but man, and I just raise your hand, and then I'll say it, sort of raise your hand. How many times have you hit a golf shot and go, "Oh, Jesus, GJ, you are a fucking idiot"? Like, oh, you fucking suck at this.
Over
man.
Here.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. I can't even count how many times.
Yeah.
How many times I heard "Gosh dang it" or "Gosh darn it."
Double turn.
Yeah, exactly. What's your language, Paulman?
Or Peyton at one point. Oh, you jerk.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like,
it's funny though.
But Brady said something at one point where they cut him out, and it was funny. And then you heard them laughing again, and they cut out again. I'm like, no. I'm like, and here's why, right? And this is what I came down to real quick, and I want your thoughts on
it. Should have been on the Golf Channel where they could swear and shit.
Well, yeah. Well, somebody was on a. It was on a.
Yeah.
It was on a cable network, so they should have been allowed to, because it wasn't like broadcasting on like ABC.
It was on Headline News Channel or some shit, right?
No, it was on
whatever, home it was network. I don't know what that.
No, it was on TNT TBS. Yeah.
The Home Lawn Network is.
Cable,
the Home Lawn Network.
HGTV.
Yeah. But what I loved and what I wanted is, I loved when Brady just hit a ball maybe 12 yards with his wedge, his 54 or 60, right?
It was chipping from the front of the green, and it barely went anywhere.
And I meant, man, I'm like, in that moment, in that singular moment, Tom Brady and I were one.
I'm sorry.
God damn it. He was exactly the golfer I was.
And JJ Watt
sweared at himself, hitting a 10-foot shot when it should have gone 60. He was exactly like me, and that was why I needed those mics to be hot, and I needed them good. And there were points that he even said to the camera crew, like, I'm out. And you knew, you could tell he was.
Oh, before he holed that out from 100 yards, he was pissed.
Yeah,
He was off to like I'm probably going to quit on the 10th hole type of day.
Brady hates losing. He hates everything there is. He came back though.
Manning probably wasn't helping.
Well,
right.
You know what? Manning has had way more time to practice golf in the in the off season than Brady has. So I can understand why Goober's a little bit better.
Yeah, man. I mean, Manning played well too.
Yeah,
Brady and Mickelson came back. It was cool to watch. I mean, it was definitely fun. Definitely.
Yeah. And you know what the thing about like having to cut it out? I mean, it's the first sporting event they've had that was a major sporting event for everybody to watch. So, I mean, you can't exclude children and people that have to watch it with their kids. You know what I mean?
No,
you can't make it like a pay-per-view event because it's the only thing on. You know, and especially because it's Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Kids grew up, or not grew up, but like younger kids know them as, oh, that's my favorite football player or whatever. So having to tell your 5-year-old or your 9-year-old or your, say, even 13, 14-year-old, sorry, you can't watch this because they're going to use bad language, this, that, and the other thing. I mean, you're cutting out a whole dynamic of kids that want to see the match. So, I mean, I get why they did it. if they did it again, I would hope that they move it to like a pay-per-view or something. So it could just be uncensored and you get the real. I mean, you got about as real as you could without dropping fuck shit and all that.
And I think the executives know they know how much this drew in,
right?
Watching wise,
right.
I mean, I say Netflix because that's just the one thing that everyone thinks about now with it's movies and TV shows, but that'd be kind of cool to have something on like a pay-per-view channel or.
So
or a Netflix.
can you guys hold that pay-per-view thought? Because I have a brilliant idea for this that I really, really, really think could work on a number of different factors, and I think it would be fantastic. But I want to hold that thought. I have. This has been something that I think about since Sunday. That's brilliant. So, what did you guys not like about the broadcast? Again, the weather aside, what was something that you didn't like? And Mike, I'll just start with you while we got you highlighted right now.
I mean, I thought there was some of the holes were a little fast. I know they were doing best shot, best. I mean, I know it was supposed to be fast. I didn't want that normal golf hit, putt, next.
Right.
I felt some of it was a little bit, maybe the camera. I don't know. Maybe just how they showed the camera angles and how it just seemed some holes were rushed. But other than that, it was. I mean, nothing really. I mean, that was all right.
Matt, yourself?
I'd like to see a little more creativity, and I think I was talking about this on the text messages. I thought the Russell Wilson coming out of left field and closest to the pin, whoever gets it within whatever it was, 3 feet or 4 feet, he'll donate 100,000 meals. I thought that was great. I wanted to see more creativity like that. And okay, we're going into the 15th hole. Do Tom and whoever has the longest drive, you either donate another $10,000 or, longest drive or one team can play one ball, best ball or whatever. The other team has to play regular for this hole. Do you want to risk it? A chance to tie it up, go up, tie up. They were down by 2 at one point to tie it up. Or I like Charles Barkley. I would have much rather have someone better in the booth. Granted, it was TBS and TNT, so you have to use your guys. I thought Barkley was fantastic as far as adding that humor, but I would like to see a little more creativity of coming up with ideas to make it more entertaining. Like, hey, Mickelson, I'll bet you $100,000 to your favorite charity that you won't make this putt, and it's like a 15-yard putt or whatever. Brady had a nice long putt. I think
Eagle
for birdie,
putt,
and then of course the eagle putt.
Shot.
So hey, all right, this is for Eagle, gentlemen. I want a facilitator in there, someone that's actually like a host. Okay, gentlemen, this is our first eagle putt of the day according to the rules that we have. Eagle is worth 2, so if you make it, you get basically a double eagle or something like that. And if he misses it, now it's +2 for the hole or something, or double bogey. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of make it get me on the edge of my seat. They were going to get fans regardless. They were going to get 6 million people, I think Mike said. That was
6.3 or 6.4 million people.
Yeah.
I think they were going to get that regardless. Granted, they probably had less to start with because they were like, this is awesome because everybody's mic'd up. It's all new. But you could have made it a lot more fun and a lot more entertaining because you knew you were going to get those numbers. $20 million, I think they knew that they were going to get up to that point. They knew they were going to get the fans. Nothing else was on. You couldn't have made it a little more creative, and you had a shit ton of time to prepare, and you knew nothing was going to happen for another 4 weeks after this match until actual real golf comes back on. So that's why I dropped it down to a 7.6. I mean, I think you could have done a lot more. I'm not saying that I didn't watch it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was hilarious. Brady shitting the bed, the front 9, but he had that unbelievable shot.
Which we're gonna talk about in a
pants
minute.
and all.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought you should have been a little more creative. Have a facilitator, put pressure on, keep the momentum
Put pressure
going.
on the guys as they're going, right?
Yeah.
Don't just let it win and then all of a sudden be a dormy hole the last 5.
Now, what was the rain delay? I didn't start to cut you off. I didn't catch the first part of it with the delay. Was it an hour?
It was bad. Yeah, just bad storm.
Yeah,
and
45 minutes.
Yeah.
They were still out on the driving range, though. I mean.
Yeah. Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Because I put on late and I'm like, oh shit, they talk about a rain delay. And then I saw this picture you have up now, man. I'm like, it looks like it was. I'm like, it's pouring out there. How are they gonna play?
It was bad. Kudos to those guys for just powering through too, because
that was on the 13th hole. That picture.
Well,
that was around hole 13 when it started pouring again, and I almost thought they were gonna do a little timeout there.
Yeah, that was a mess.
But you're right. I am glad they powered through. I mean, these guys. Yeah. Any other pretentious person would have said, "I'm not playing any further. I'm wet," and they played.
Well, pretentious. They wouldn't have even started. But nonetheless,
right? Yeah,
right.
Rich, your thoughts? What didn't you? Now you said you didn't watch a lot of this, right?
Daly would have been like, I can't light my cigarettes. We're off. Go to the clubhouse, guys. Everybody head to hole 19.
Fend for yourselves.
I heard a couple holes on the radio, and then I saw I don't know. I think it was the last 3 holes on TV.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, sorry. I don't know. I mean, like what Matt said, I imagine that having a little bit encouraging banter, or maybe adding some kind of special side games into it, might have been a good idea. But I mean, overall, I thought it was good. You know what I would like to see, which might be interesting, is if they did this more often with 2 golfers and 2 athletes or 2 celebrities. And got them out there and just have them play and run their mouths and shit,
so Rich, hold that thought too, because that's going to lead to my pay-per-view thought after. So Sean, I know you watch it. I'm going to get. What did you not like? What would you want to improve on that?
I hated how many commercials there were, man. After every tee shot commercial. Yeah, and then they interviewed them coming down in their golf carts a couple times, but it was like just leave it on, man.
Yeah,
just leave it on there. You guys own the network. You don't have. Yeah, I mean, you need to get your money from your sponsors and all that, but on an event as big as this, with how much stuff that we probably missed while they were going from their tee to their approach shot or whatever, it every time they'd hit commercial, every time they'd hit their next shot commercial, it's like, man, just leave the camera on it.
Yeah,
that was the only thing and it wasn't even that big
split the screen.
Right? Yeah, or leave like a picture in picture so you can see what they're doing or who's doing what or who went where. Because after they shot, they'd show the ball and then that was it. And then you'd see them. They'd come back from commercial and Tom Brady would be surrounded by palms, and you're like, how the hell did he get there? Where? I'd like to see. I would like to see a little more of the entire. Another thing, the entire shot of the hole. It was tee shot, then commercial, and then Tom Brady's here, and then shot, and then you don't know where he went.
Yeah, there was never that. There was never that
commercial, and then pops back up, and he's next to the green, and it's yeah, I get they show it in the air, but at the same time, I want to kind of see and also another thing that kind of pissed me off is every time they shot when the ball landed, I would have loved to see a little thing pop up, 210 yards, 50 left 2 hole or something like that. You know what I mean? So you could see how far they were driving, the distance they were driving, how far away they still were, little. Lower thirds or something like that.
Yep.
See, that's what I mean. But didn't Brady get the longest drive? He won by a yard,
by a yard on the one day.
I think so. Yeah.
That's a great point by Sean. I want to know how far.
It didn't show when the ball lands, just have a little square with an arrow above the ball, 210 yards, 50.
Kind of like if you're playing Wii golf, it just
same thing. Up. It's a video game. It tells you how far you drove it, and it tells you how far away you are. I get it when they came back from commercial, it'll say oh, Tom's 40 out or whatever. But just have a little. I mean, it's not that hard. It's just put a little graphic. This ball went 300 yards, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson drove the green on a par 4.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have known how far he hit that ball.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, I get it. The hole is 300 or 410 yards or whatever, 355.
So you can
he hit it over. So I guess he hit it further than 355. But I'd love to know the exact just as soon as the ball's done rolling, just pop it up 310.
That was a 12. That was a 12. He was on the green in 12. What movie?
Yeah.
Tin Cup.
What? Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time.
They donated their cards too, right?
I'm basically nitpicking with stuff like that. Other than that, I think they did a pretty good job with what they had to work with. And I mean, I don't think anybody expected it to be like I don't want to always harp on the weather, but it was miserable out there for a while.
And those guys were miserable.
Yeah. I mean, I think for what they were given with what the circumstances were they had to deal with, it was like, I think they did a pretty good job with it. And I think, I mean, for the most part, it was pretty much enjoyable, I mean, I don't know.
You just chilling with Phil there?
Yeah, we're not social distancing.
I'm calling the authorities.
Nice. As far as myself, I thought from a standpoint of the muting and just, I agree. There needed to be like that woman that was there early on that was doing like the introductions early.
Chasing them around in her car.
By the way, first of all,
she was riding alongside
she opened up talking and trying to talk to Tiger. Literally, it was like Tiger as he's going in his backstroke. And I'm like,
Tiger knows bait when he sees it. He didn't
and
fall
he
for
turned
that.
around. He turned around and he gave her those.
Yeah, and then he goes, I gotta go help my partner.
Yeah, then he kind of was like, there was that part of it, but there was also in the very beginning, when there was on the practice screen, when there was pouring out, again, when it was pouring out.
Oh, yeah.
He gave her these freaking eye darts that could have killed half the population, like Thanos, like snapping his fingers. He just was like, boom. And
never
she was like,
on a backswing.
And I'm like, and I'm like, and so I kind of with the broadcast, like, and I know we had talked a little bit. I know, and I didn't know anything about that on Ernie Johnson. So all of that was news to me.
Kudos to EJ too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What,
awesome. Amazing.
But I don't disagree for his reasons for staying home. But you got to get somebody who connects with the players, and the athletes, not just a voice like, hey, I'm Johnny Radio Guy. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, like what was he? The Scottish guy, British guy, whatever he was. I mean, he was pretty unnecessary. Didn't need him.
Yeah,
Brady.
Would have loved to have
seen.
Just had Nance's voice in there as well. But,
right.
We would have fell asleep if it was Jim Nance for sure. I would have fallen asleep on the seventh hole.
Is Vern Lundquist still alive? Can we get him to do one of these things? I don't know. But my point is, I thought you needed more connectivity with the fans. And what I didn't like, and this is just a side thing from a Peyton standpoint, stop cheering and blowing and gassing up your buddies that are in Louisiana or NOLA or in Minnesota that you play with, Bubba and Jimbo. Who the fuck knows who any of those guys are? All right? No offense. I love all y'all. But
hey, Peyton, say my name when you're on the 10th green, man.
Yeah, bro, if I get to golf with Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson and another guy, I ain't going, I want to shout out the, Richie Rich, man. We were golfing the other day. Sorry, I whooped your ass on the court. Nobody knows who Richie Rich is. Sorry. Right. Nobody does.
Yes, he is. He's Kevin McAllister.
You're right. Fair enough.
Macaulay Culkin.
Fair enough. But that's the thing is like, no. And then again, my whole thing, I get you got to have something for kids, but sorry, you gotta let me hear. You mean like they did with ESPN on The Last Dance, right? They had a language, they had a PJ like mature, and they had like PG-13.
That would have been nice if they did that.
Give me TBS, and it was on TBS and TNT. So one of them could be unedited or non-cut. The other one could be. Because, man, it just would have been so much better.
There's got to be somebody in the offices of these TBS, TNTs, these networks, these places going, holy shit, they just brought in this many viewers.
Yeah,
we blocked out most of the good content.
No. Fuck that. And here's why. Push the envelope. And here's why. And here's what I came to revelation today, right? We got to see for 20, and this is why I needed that more than anything in this world. Is we got to see for 20 years, Tom Brady. Well, we did well on all three phases of the game. Our offense operated efficiently when we could. They played a great game. We were just lucky to, and because we were prepared to come out on top. 20 effing years of that shit. You finally get him on a team or in an environment where he can be a little bit more loosey-goosey. self-deprecating humor, call himself probably a fucking asshole for missing that shot, right? Or a dipshit, Tom. It's not what I would do. I would say that. I'd be like, you're such a dipshit, GJ. I would do that all day, right?
The best thing you got
But
was
you didn't
suck
hear
it,
it.
Chuck.
Yeah. Well,
the
that's
best thing you got was suck it, Chuck.
Yeah, but that was the thing. You got Brady, who is opening up, who is going to be you're going to see a new Brady. And my God, did I need that. And TNT and TBS and Turner Company fucked that up for me.
But that's my point is that they knew after the fact how many people they had, and they said it wasn't on their end. That's what I was going to get to. Point being, they wouldn't even fucking high five.
Did you see that on one of the holes? Brady and Mickelson were like this, and they're like,
it's the only, so now that they know what they
That's how we should end the show today. Just everybody.
But like I said, now they know what they brought in. Now the next time it's going to be, this is what the fans want to see. George, I agree with 100%. But that's what I'm going to get to. They want to see this. Now let's give them, the most awkward ending to one of the greatest matches. Oh, yeah. And Phil Mickelson, I think he's the one who said it. No, social distance, can't high five.
Yeah, they both went in like this to high five, and then
there was a lot of this stuff going around, and this is the faces, the names, the money, the whole thing behind it. I think there's a regulation, but now going forward, knowing that this thing is dominating, it'll dominate. I think any weekend they have something other than there's of course a playoff sport on, that this is something that guys want to watch. I want to hear the whole thing. So I want to get to one of the things. I want to go with what we liked, and I want to get through that quickly because I want to get to my pay-per-view idea and what we could improve. And I think I'm onto something that can tie a little bit of what you guys have all been talking about on my brainstorm here. So what I liked and what I was surprised at, holy shit, is Phil Mickelson good. Not at golf, however. I'm still not going to give him that, even though I'm left-handed. I hate Phil Mickelson as a golfer. However, Peyton Manning is starting to win me over in general, but Phil Mickelson definitely made me start to appreciate him. Watching him literally live time breaking down one of his shots where he's like, all right, look, it's green here and you can see it's dark. I got to go this way and I got to bounce it here. So watching him literally live time break that down is to me the equivalent of watching Belichick, and I say Belichick, but Belichick break down a play, or watch, Herb Brooks break down that, okay, you got here. We got 4 options on this one. It's literally watching guys like that are genius, right? And it was so fascinating to literally watch, and then not only watch him break it down before he did the shot, but then execute it to perfection, what he was doing. And I found that fascinating. Because he dissected
the mindset, and that's the mindset of those golfers and what they're going in, what they're thinking about, what they're trying to understand leading into that shot. And that was, for me, it blew my mind. It blew my mind just how good Phil Mickelson was at just breaking that stuff down. And then made me really realize how fucking terrible it was that he blew it all those years.
This is the comeback story.
But nonetheless,
this is Mickelson's comeback.
Nonetheless, lefty on lefty, it's terrible. I should go lefty on lefty crime. However, I will tell you that to me, that part of it and his coaching and his teaching, he's got a place in the booth, 100%.
100%.
He's got a place in the booth, and I need that. I didn't know I needed Phil Mickelson in my life until this weekend, and I need more Phil Mickelson in my life.
Man, I just like Rich. I don't think we're not golf people. I can watch it. I enjoy it. Just like watching soccer, I can watch and enjoy it. But this Sunday, this past Sunday, this hooked me in.
That was my favorite part. The Mickelson coaching of Brady, because if you play with anybody, let's say like Sean plays up in New Hampshire a lot, and then he invites me up to play, I'm going to ask Sean, like, hey, what should I aim for?
Right.
How's this green read? He goes, it's going to damp off to a little left, so you want to go 2 inches to the right of the hole, but be careful. Like, and then Phil just went into like, but there's a shade on this green right here, and the sun's
he took it to like another level.
I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know that. That was my favorite part. And that's just Phil being Phil, coaching Tom. And you didn't really see that a lot with Woods and Manning. Maybe because Woods just was so locked and loaded, so focused, and he was competitive, which I respect. But if you're trying to make this entertaining, and granted, hey, Matt, they raised $20 million. Okay. But if you really want to make it entertaining, I mean, and if you wanted to sub out one golfer, who would you sub out and why? Sub out one professional golfer, not Brady or Manning, one golfer to make it a little extra spice.
The only guy I can think of would be John Daly. I don't think he'd do it. I don't even think he would do it.
That's a no-brainer. Yeah.
I don't think he would do it, though.
And I'm taking Woods out.
Yeah,
I'd take Woods. Tiger Woods barely talked the whole time. He was He was basically just there. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's not like you're trying to win. You're not winning another major, man. It's just
they put Woods on. They put Woods because it's Tiger Woods.
Yeah, he's going to draw the most people anyway in terms of golfers.
Yeah,
but at the same time, if they threw, I mean, it's kind of on him too because he didn't really talk. I mean, he didn't. Right. He did the interview and then kind of cut her off short and then jumped out of the car and was like, "I got to help my teammate." But I mean, in terms of like joking around or anything, he didn't bring anything to the table. I mean,
no. What would he talk about?
No fist pump, nothing.
Picking up chicks from the local Shoney's, popping Vicodin in the parking lot and swilling before he goes out and plays. Tiger has got no personality whatsoever.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that question.
Who's a golfer that runs his mouth? Is there a golfer that
who's married to Gretzky's daughter?
Dustin Johnson.
Dustin Johnson.
Yeah. Isn't DJ like one of the most hated guys, or am I thinking of somebody else? He was on like the Ryder Cup team, like.
Yeah, I think he is.
Nobody didn't even want to sit with him like on the plane.
Huh. Oh, he was on the match last weekend.
Was he?
Yeah, it was Dustin Johnson and Rory against Ricky Fowler and Matt Wolff. I didn't watch that one because it's just 4 guys playing golf. If I want to watch that, I'll wait till June 11th to watch the tournament, But, yeah.
One of the things I loved about that one, and Sean, you and I were, I said, you and I should say, you were just talking earlier about the shot that he hit, the shot that Phil hit, that shot the fairway, right? That Johnny shot the green. Dude, do you remember his quote? He goes, bombs, high, nasty, straight, bombs.
Over the trees, the tree line, that one.
I'm like, that was the greatest. That was the second greatest thing that happened from a quote-wise. The best was obviously Brady's chip in from about 100 onto the green. And what I loved about it was at that point, Brady was peeing down his leg, right?
Oh, yeah.
Completely uncomfortable. Not just with the cameras, but everything. Just really not uncomfortable. Just not comfortable with his game, nothing, right? Getting chirped by Charles Barkley, whose golf game sucks more than
he's
ours
horrible.
does. Okay? I suck at golf. And I could beat Barkley straight up.
Shot, Tom.
No fucking
Tom.
We're not doing any. I'm not even handicapping.
Tom, you can't make this shot, Tom.
Yeah. And he just
I bet Peyton can. Tom.
He just lit into him. And Tom's quote, and I want to make sure I get this perfectly correct. So after he hits it, goes, Chuck, take a suck at that, Chuck. And I was like, just mic drop. And then after he goes, Chuck, shut your mouth, Chuck. And I was like, oh, I mean,
that was good.
Unbelievable. And again, that's why I needed, because you wouldn't have heard that if Brady was with New England. That wouldn't have come out. Never would have heard it.
But that's probably why they put Barkley in and put Peyton. This was a setup which turned out great. I mean, it turned out awesome. What
I want to talk about on the pay-per-view, how we can make it better. I have a brilliant idea of yeah, look at the highlight.
Take that, Chuck.
Who the hell is that? That's
there it is. So
I'm gonna hit this ball down this green here.
Look at his pinky.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Wow,
what is this? 825 yards.
Yeah, right.
It's so far they had to build a chicken shack halfway past so I can get a snack, a burger, or a hot dog.
Yeah, that's on his normal par 3. That's 185. They still need a chicken shack.
You know he'd be down for that. Yeah. I want a hamburger. No, I want a hot dog.
You'll get nothing and like it.
You'll get nothing and like it.
Actually, this is actually Barkley's putt. He's actually putting in this.
Putting, right? Yeah.
With his driver.
Yeah,
what is it? 5 feet from the hole? I'll do it.
I knocked this shit air in.
That's a terrible shot.
I thought he was funny. The talking trash to Brady while they're playing. I thought their back and forth was pretty good, man.
Well,
you're right. That was the best part.
Here's where you combine all these. You get a good host, somebody who can connect with the players, and I say, my own opinion, Scott Van Pelt. SVP knows golf.
Absolutely.
Right, but here's the brainchild. Here's the thing. SVP knows golf, but he has a great connection with all the players and the athletes. Doesn't matter what branch of sports they're from. It could be X Games, could be LeBron, right? He's got them all, right? Have him host. Have him walk with these guys. Which other thing I thought was kind of unique was they all got carts. I know they were auctioning them off, but how weird was it for them to feel like they were golfing, right? But it was kind of weird. Like, they must have been, like, weird, like, because they usually walk. And regardless, they don't carry their clubs. But
I think it worked out better in the long run.
No, it did. From a broadcast perspective. No, broadcast perspective, it was great.
Yeah.
And I love the cameras. I love the cameras up close, in close. I want to see it. I like the freedom movement of all the cameras. How about you do this? Pay-per-view. I would pay $20 on a pay-per-view. Or at least I personally know I would. I'm sure, obviously, I wouldn't be going and watching it by myself. So, again, if we're all together, it's less than that. But I personally would pay up to $20 to watch Tiger and Phil again, or two golfers and two other guys for money. And here's what
they're already talking about another match.
But pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah. It has to be.
No bullshit. Somewhere out in Vegas. Now, you know what they had on the bottom where they had the DraftKings and, odds and whatnot? I want live time. $20 says he, like, I want to be able to live time say $20. Like, he slices it, he hits it right. I want to be able to get odds for each shot, everything. And I want to be able to do it. And more so, I want to be able to have these guys I want this game of golf, for lack of a better way of putting it, revolutionized. No crowds are there. I don't want any crowds. I want it just the way it was. Maybe a few people, maybe make it special, and the only people that are crowds there are the people that are already members, and maybe you have to, so people that just don't start joining memberships just to be able to go to these things. Maybe you kind of find a fine line. Only members of that club go there, just so it's small galleries, a small area, and shit talking. I want guys showing up with $10,000 cash in their bags, and I want them, hey.
That'll never work, George. Gambling is legal at Bushwood, sir.
Yeah, and I never slice, but slice this for $1,000. I bet you slice right now, national TV, in front of millions and millions of fans watching around the world. Hell yeah, I'll do that. You mean to tell me the perfect person to do this is Michael Jordan? You mean to tell me you don't want to watch Phil, Tiger, Michael Jordan? I don't give a shit who it is. Put Danny fucking Ainge on there like they used to do back in the 80s. Have them golfing. You know what I mean? Mike is going to go into his bag, grab a fistful of hunters, and go, Danny, you got a 50-foot putt. 10,000 says you miss. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
I'd like to see Isaiah Thomas instead of Danny Ainge. I would love to see Woods, Jordan versus Mickelson, and Isaiah Thomas. Then you'll probably get your entertainment right there.
They'll be your fist fight.
God, Pippen needs to run in and randomly interrupt their shooting throughout the game.
That's like putting Lambeer and Bird.
His backswing, and Pippen comes running out, and he's like, "What's up, MJ?" and then runs away. Like Randy Quaid's character in Caddyshack 2.
I never saw Caddyshack 2. No, there's no reason to see Caddyshack 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's awful.
But
no.
But to me, the perfect thing is that you need to have that.
Too. Michael fucking Jordan playing golf, talking shit, betting people.
Money. 1,000% you need that. Fuck yeah, you need. I want that, and here's why. Again, forget that you would have friends over watching the match. We all know we would. But you'd be able to sit in a room with all your buddies with a fistful of ones, but still be able to do the same thing they're doing and enjoy the hell out of it.
Strip club or bet on golf?
Yeah.
Strip club.
What you could do is have
I thought that was a choice.
Randomly stand in the fairways with Jordan.
Can we go to the golf first?
If he knows any yes mean yes.
Guy who finishes last pays the first round.
I like that.
I asked
But
earlier.
yeah.
I think I did read this that they auctioned off their golf carts too. I don't even know how much they made, but which
Yeah.
were
Well, no, so
which
they
were
were part. Yeah, they were part of that all-in challenge, the packages and stuff, and those raised. I don't know, man.
Cool idea, dude. I'd pay to see that.
No, 1,000% I'd pay to see that.
Sports for money.
Yeah,
You can have pissed off people. You can have over exuberant people.
yeah.
But here's the
I-
thing: are they going to even have time anymore? Because golf is coming back in what, 3 weeks? And
Yeah,
here's,
It's gonna be.
something like that, yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
coming
No.
back June 11th is the next tournament.
You play this
I'm
on the Saturday of a tournament. It's a Saturday night thing after like that day's round or whatever. Just have like a little celebrity naked.
Yeah, like how they do the par 3 challenge at the Masters and shit like that. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'd like to see. Remember how the XFL kind of opened up some eyes for the NFL and the NFL, like XFL, you got locker room access with the cameras, sound, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Now,
right.
now you get that. I'd like to see if you're going to continue with these experiments with the
100%.
charity. I want to, since there's not going to be any fans, and fans add that great nat sound and all that stuff. I mean, you think about Tiger's moment at the Masters when he put his fists up and everybody went nuts, and then But if you're not going to have that for a while, but you're going to have golf, so I want to see the camera access. I want to, if you're going to have the caddies, I want them to have the body cans like the police officers wear with the sound in there.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have to cut out some of the swears because it's going to be on national television or whatever. But at the same time, I'm hoping that what the experiment with the XFL did for the NFL, as far as that positive, whatever you want to call it, with the camera access and the media coverage, I hope that applies to at least for this year for professional golf. Camera, microphone access.
100%.
Let's see who. I don't even know who Woods' caddy is. Now I'm not a golf nut, but I guarantee you, if you did that, if you did that, and that guy is talking like what Mickelson did, and was like, holy crap, Mickelson's one of the smartest people I know. You're going to know that caddy. You're going to get more exposure, and people are going to watch it more. Golf is very, very slow.
Yep.
Now, do they speed up the pace? Do they give them all carts? I don't know. I'm just saying. I hope a lot of good comes out of this and apply it. I mean, you had cameras inside the carts. Cisco WebEx. I mean, I wonder how much they paid for that bid.
Probably a lot.
A lot. Because all you hear is Zoom, which we love.
A lot of cabbage.
Yep. I think that pretty much just wraps it up. Obviously, we know golf's going to be coming out, further. If you could have a foursome, one last final question. You could have a foursome, 2 pros, 2 amateurs. Who is it going to be? Who are you guys looking at? I know who I would take. My 2 pros. I would probably go with, and I know everybody hates him, DJ. I would go with Johnson, but I would also go with Ricky. And because I think those guys are close enough that they would still have a good time and joke and banter. Because they're part of like that brat pack of golfers, right? That young studs. So I think those guys would be fun. And Rory seems like I know he's Irish. He's kind of got like that stick up his ass sometimes, that European-ish kind of douchebaggery that I'm just kind of like, I ain't having. So I would go with those 2. And then again, I need Jordan. And
Michael Jordan, you mean?
Michael Jordan, and I need Bill Murray.
That'd be a good
I
one.
need that.
Is he good at golf though? You got to keep it athletic.
I think he is good at
No,
golf.
I think he plays a lot of golf.
He plays on the pro.
He's got his own. He's got his own line of golf shirts now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Murrays. Yeah.
They're called the William Murray collection.
Yeah.
He started at Bushwood, which is a very, very credible golf course.
Yeah, so for me, that's what I'm doing. I want those 4. And the reason is I think you're going to have fun, and you're going to have 2 guys in the pros that can carry their teammates, right? And I think the 2 guys for the amateurs or whatever would be good. You'd have tons of money getting thrown around, and I think you'd have tons of laughs. And I think that as a foursome would be good. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Mike, Matt,
I'll go.
What do you got?
So I kind of want to do like not that he's not young. I mean, he's still young. He's basically in his prime right now. I want to see Jordan Spieth out there because a lot of people dislike him.
Yep.
But I also
want
like a younger. So he's like what, 25, 26, maybe call him 28 at the most. I want to see another athlete, similar age, that's good at golf, but he plays maybe basketball or hockey or whatever, paired up with Jordan. And then I want to see like John Daly and Michael Jordan, the old timers versus like the up-and-comings or something.
So would you put like Steph Curry?
I was thinking, Seth Curry and Jordan Spieth take on Michael Jordan and
John Daly.
John Daly or Mickelson, if you wanted to do it. Old dogs versus the new dogs.
Angel Cabrera with a big stogie out there doing his fucking yoga on the par 4.
Yeah. And I want Big Sexy tending the flags at every hole.
Jesus. So
just to make it fun, but I think Curry's he could probably be a pro if he really wanted to.
Curry really could, right?
So I think like make it a little thing like that. Old dogs versus the new dogs.
I like that.
And maybe assign him a coach. Have Woods be a coach for the next round, and then Mickelson a coach for one team, and just walk
to kind of build it.
Yeah.
This could be the wave of the future. I mean, I hate to use and quote kind of like Bagger Leonard and Bagger Vance, but at the end, didn't one of those guys go and play only like versus tournaments, only like one-on-one, like spectator matches? It was the guy who was just always pessimistic. That was always kind of the ladies' man. He was the one that was like he went on and only played like it was O'Hagan and somebody else. I think it was the other guy that he only played like 1v1, and kind of sporting competition, but for money. I'm like, that could work. Sean, you got your 4?
Give me. I mean, I wouldn't even mind Tiger and Phil as the pros again, because I mean, I think just name alone draws people in. But why not throw Happy Gilmore and Shooter McGavin out there?
Okay, all right. Actually, have them golf. I like
have them actually golf. I mean, I'm sure they probably both have golfed a lot in their lifetimes, and it'd be just. I don't want two guys that are going to go out there and light it up just like Phil and Tiger do. I want to be able to feel good about myself while I watch two amateur guys play, and then say wow and be in awe of Phil and Tiger at the same time. But like to see, I mean,
I would want good competition. I would want.
I don't want. No, I don't.
Brady,
if they're terrible,
Peyton,
I don't want them
caliber.
out there. But for them to be out there, I think that'd be funny. Just because.
Well, I mean, that's what made it perfect.
And all
Brady
that
was
anyway.
human. Brady was human, right? You know what
I mean?
And we see the pros as human, but not really that much. These were like
you can't relate to Phil Mickelson or Tiger Woods.
No,
really.
even when they shank one, you can't relate to them because they're gonna hit the next 17 shots right down the fairway.
Yeah. So something like that, I think it'd be funny, interesting.
Rich, Mike, which one of you? Who's next?
Rich? Nick Faldo, Arnold Palmer.
Mike. All right.
Bill Murray, Michael Jordan.
All right.
I actually have no idea. You can pass me. I don't know anything about golf that much, but
I was gonna say this guy here is dead.
Yeah. Arnold Palmer's dead. All right, Payne Stewart, Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. R.I.P.
No, I would go with the same ones. I like.
All right.
I like
forget you don't know golf. Who would you pick to be your two athletes or your two amateurs?
I would like to see Bill Murray and Jordan because I know they're golf guys.
Yeah,
I think they would have a lot of fun. I think
they have the Space Jam connection.
Space Jam 3.
Yeah.
Golfing for me.
Whoa.
I
don't play defense.
Or do like and I hate this setup and I haven't watched it in years, but do like the NBA does for All-Star games. Have like you said, Matt, have a coach. Have one guy pick. Yeah. Have one guy like Tiger Woods pick 4 celebrities. One guy Phil Mickelson pick 4 celebrities.
Yeah,
you could. Round.
Yeah, you could do almost like like they do the what's that tournament? The Ryder Cup. You could do something similar to that where you could,
Where Woods was like the captain or something.
Yeah, that would be fun as hell. That'd be fun as hell. I like that. Rich, again, if you couldn't, let's say it's still Tiger and Phil. Who would your 2 amateurs be? Who would be the 2 people you'd like to see golf if you were to watch this anywhere, right?
Will Ferrell.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's entertaining.
And John C. Reilly, perfect right there. There you go.
I was thinking that, but you know what? As much as I really can't stand him because he's just such a goober, Peyton Manning is damn entertaining. I don't know, Mickelson was good because you like to have a real golfer. I mean, like you said, explaining what was going on and then freaking doing it. I couldn't hit a golf ball with a hockey stick. And then I don't know, like maybe Ricky Fowler, one of the younger guys that's seen as kind of like, a little controversial just to spice it up a little bit. Or even Daly, having him clomp around with his freaking cigarettes and.
He'd do it because they let him use a cart.
Dude,
I
want to know how many packs of Marlboro Reds he shows up with.
Was it Diesel?
Holes in golf.
Don't play at your place unless you had 10 cartons ready for him, along with a big bottle of Jack.
Yeah. That guy better
and
show
a Diet
up with
Coke.
a Mad Dog 2020 bag and slam 2 back before he even hits the first tee.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Soil my shades.
We got some good news here for you here on the Armchair Sports Guys. Breaking news, we got stickers. I know it sounds crazy, but we got stickers, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to start handing these out, giving these out. We're going to be making some time, so we're going to be coming out to a place near you when this whole COVID business is over. So stay tuned, more big news. But we got some swag. We got some other things in the work for you guys to be able to win and give away and also possibly purchase when we get everything set up. So there's big news come along on those fronts down the way. So thank you for liking our stuff and following us on Anchor and our YouTube page, as well as our Facebook page, The Armchair Sports Guys, our Instagram, The Armchair Sports Guys, as well as our Twitter, Armchair_Guys. Again, if you have any topics, shoot us some Facebook Messenger. I know somebody did the other day, and let me get that up. And of course, my computer is not going to let me do that, so I will get back to you, but we will go to that topic as well. I know we're talking about the NBA, who's on the draft and what the new things are coming. We're going to be reaching some of that. I know the next topic we're going to talk about is going to be the hockey. Looks like they kind of have a plan in place, and no date set, but at least something. So we'll touch on that topic coming up very soon. But again, you got anything you want to reach out to us, certainly let us know on our Facebook page. Just send us a message. We will try and respond back to you as quickly as possible, or send us an email at thearmchairsportsguys@gmail.com. And we will get back to you again as quickly as possible. Send us topics. Send us something whether you like the show, you don't like the show, you think we suck, you think we're fucking awesome. You know, like Popeye's chicken. Fucking
Do you
awesome.
hate one of us? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
If you really like us, send us your underwear.
Yeah, that's perfect. All of it. So again, on behalf of Mike, Matt, Sean, and Rich, I am GJ signing off saying, we got fucking stickers.
High five it. Social distance high five.
Air high five.
There you go. Elbow it.
Yeah, elbow, yeah. All right, so from the Armchair Sports Guys, have a good one. Again, America, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for defending this great country of ours. We are most humbly appreciative. But that is it. Have yourself a good night. Thank you for listening. We look forward to talking with you soon. Bye-bye.